Hey guys, Hectic Moose here, and I know it's been a minute since we last did one of these videos, but I feel that Season 2 of Tekken has been like hell for a lot of people, and I've noticed that in the Tekken world, generally, like Twitter and all that, a lot of people are talking about struggling with Reina or like considering dropping her and stuff. So I wanted to put a video out like this to tell you like or convince you to maybe not pick up a different character if you really enjoy Reina. Um, but this was more so like a video that can help you think about your game plan with her in a little bit different of a way, and maybe you struggle with something like her move set or her general game plan. But one thing before I get into this, I just want to preface that I'm not a pro player. I'm just a ranked warrior. I don't expect any of you who are currently watching this to maybe even take into consideration any of the tips or tricks that I give. But despite that, I just want to help out the community a little bit and even help out some fellow Reina players and give advice on what helped me get to Tekken God. Whether or not you believe in the ranked inflation or not, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah, let's get into the video on what helped me reach Tekken God and some of the stuff I'm gonna go over, like key buttons and game plan, and then kind of just like how you use those in tandem, as well as her really strong Oki. Also, side note, I'm not gonna go over any of like the basic stuff that I did in the first video from season 1, like movement and shit like that. If you want to learn that stuff, if you're like truly a beginner, you can go and watch my first video, because a lot of the stuff in it does still relate to season 2, such as the movement, electric drills, stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so first what I want to go over is kind of like how Reina wants to play in Tekken, right? Most of the time as Reina, being up close and personal is honestly your best bet. She has some really good stagger potential and really good like mind game potential. Because if the whole game, if you're trying to like do a forward forward 2 mix up or whatever it is, like basically everything Reina does from her stances, especially in forward forward 2 and Sentai, you're basically giving up your turn every time. So my goal is to try and help you guys see how to play in a way where you don't always have to give up your turn every single time you go into a Sentai mix-up, whether they block it or duck or down jab every single one of your Sentai mix-ups or jab you out of every single one of your Sentai mix-ups, stuff like that. So generally her game plan really relies on like 4 or 5 moves. She has one of the strongest jabs in the game in terms of frame advantage. Her 1-1 is easily hit confirmable, just like every other Mishima. On block, it's -1. You don't have to finish the string. So her jab string being -1 is really strong. If you watch some of my gameplay, I will literally go up to the opponent, jab, 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 and down forward 1. And most of the time this will catch him on anything. So yeah, her jab is really strong. Make sure you use it, but don't overutilize it, if that makes sense. As well as her jab, her down forward one of the best down forward ones in the game. She has the down forward 1-1, which is -4 on block, but you can flowchart it with a step and then an electric. These 2 strings by itself will most of the time control the game for you. You can stagger them, you can do whatever you want with them, you can go into Sentai if you want. Yeah. On top of those 2 strings, you have forward forward, just like every other Mishima, except for Reina, you don't really have a true frame trap, because if you do this and you try to frame trap with down forward 1, they can interrupt with the down jab. So the way I like to use forward 4 is I will use it and at first, just see how they react. Maybe the first time I'll do a down forward one. If I see that they down jab or they respect me, whatever it is, if they step, I will adapt and react accordingly. So these 3 moves right now we went over. These are really important key moves for Reina, especially at range 0. On top of that, you have electric. Self-explanatory, best button in the game, basically. Those are 4 moves. Jab, down forward 1, forward 4, and electric. Now, you may be wondering, hey, Moose, I keep doing this, you know, whatever. I keep pressuring them with this, but they never let me hit them. You know, they're always holding back. That is a problem with Reina, is that literally your opponent, all they have to do is hold back, right? Her moves that not a lot of people use or don't think about using as much as they should be using them. What is Reina's weakness? 1, her tracking, pretty poor. Her hell sweep doesn't even track to either side. And her lows are really bad, right? Even on frame advantage. You do side step 4, you're neutral. Down back 4, -2. Down back 2, -3. The new low, you're +3. Haha, we found something, right? And then obviously you have hell sweep. Some ways that you can use these lows are kind of in tandem with these moves, right? Because if you see that the opponent is really respecting your jab string, your forward 4, your electric, whatever, randomly throw in a side step 4, randomly throw in a down back 4. You know, like, her lows are not good, but unfortunately every time you do a low, you kind of have to give up your turn. Yeah, it's it kind of sucks, but it's how you have to kind of play this character, because she is so good in her mid department and high department that her lows kind of have to struggle, which is, you know, what Tekken is with characters' weaknesses, except for season 2, but whatever. So yeah, these 2 lows, if you watch my gameplay, especially in Tekken King, Tekken Emperor, you'll see that I'll literally throw out a forward 4 and then do a down back 4 just to get that damage, you know? And sometimes maybe the opponent won't do anything about it, and then I can throw in another low, throw in a hell sweep, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, the way you have to play Reina is you kind of just have to do the move. You know, she's not like a traditional Mishima where she can do a Weivu mix up in your face and then throw in a hell sweep, knock you down, and get Oki. You know, she's not like that, but you can't be afraid to do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do a low, just do it. Like, don't even think about the punishment or issues that maybe come from it. Like, just do it, you know? And I see a lot of Reina players that are really afraid to kind of use their lows with this because they suck, honestly. But you just got to do it. And hopefully you'll notice, like how I did when I started just doing the lows and doing my strings, that maybe sometimes I'll get punished for it. Yeah, but that's kind of how you play fighting games, you know? You just do stuff. But some characters have a bigger benefit from the low department than, of course, Reina does. The good thing about these lows, though, is that they don't really carry a lot of risk. Sidestep 4, I believe, is -13, so that's not that risky unless you're playing a Kazuya. Down back 4, also -13. However, down back 2, ooh, -16. Not fun. You're dead. Hell sweep, you're dead. The low that I really want to talk about is her newly introduced low to season 2, which is forward neutral 2 or Unsoku down 4. This low is good in the sense of mix up. Now, her lows are also really awkward to use, you know, which is why I say that don't be afraid to use them, just do it, because a lot of them are awkward to use. And on top of the fact that they don't give you frame advantage. So the way that I like to use her new low is I like to do it from the forward 2-3 or forward 2 stance, you know, this string. This string by itself is also very good at even 2 range, you know. This is another move you can use in tandem with forward 4, jab, down forward 1, and electric. This is hit confirmable on counter hit if you choose to delay the 3. However, from 2, you can go into Insoku. So you can do forward 2 down, forward 2 up, and both of those ways will get you into Insoku. A little cool tidbit is actually you can do electric from it. So that's pretty cool if you want to try and catch someone with it. But the way that I use it is genuinely from this mix-up or this mix-up. You know? Because in Soku, you have the 4 option, which goes under jabs. You have the 3 option. And then you also have the new down 4 option. So this slow, if you watch my gameplay, I catch a lot of people with. On hit, you're +3. Most of the time, I'll just go for this 2 option out of Sentai. Now, they can step it or whatever, but I'll just react accordingly, you know, with 4 option, because that'll track them. Those are some of her lows that you kind of just have to use. Even in neutral, after jab, do it. Whatever. Side step forward, do it. Yeah. You kind of just have to force yourself to use it. And a really cool thing about Reina, right, is that her large assortment of strings and buttons, like, when first looking at the move list, can like seem really overwhelming, but once you kind of like master her moveset, or however you want to play her, your player personality with her, and you use them in tandem, she can like be really strong with mind games and timings, especially. That's why I say this string is so good. You know, this string by itself is very strong. You'll see a lot of pro Reina players, even Yagami and now Keisuke playing Reina, you know, he loves this string. Another thing that I want to talk about is some underrated moves from Reina that I don't really see a lot of Reinas using. One of them is back 4. Now, back 4 is a really good move. It's kind of like a panic button, if you will. It has high evasion, and on top of that, it also has a counter hit launcher property. This move, really underrated, very good, safe on block, whatever it is, you know. But it is a high, so they can duck it. Another underrated move is literally just standing 3. Now, you can follow it up with standing 3-2. It is a high, both are highs. But this move, especially because Reina has really poor tracking, and back 2, you know, whatever, it doesn't have that good a frame advantage on hit. Plus, also, if they block it, -9. So back 2 is good. I mainly only use back 2 for kill because it's a mid. But outside of that, I will use standing 3, standing 3-2 a lot. And you can see that a lot from my gameplay, especially in heat. I'll use standing 4-4-4-4-4-4-4-4-4, you know. But yeah, this move is very good, very underrated. I think a lot more Reinas should start using it. Yeah, and also it is counter hit launcher. Really good to catch people stepping and on hit. +8. So we love that as Reina, you know. We want that frame advantage. Anything we can get. Another underrated move, which may sound kind of crazy, but I think is honestly really good. It sometimes catches people even in the higher ranks, is forward 2-3. It is another low, bad frame advantage, but yeah, this move is very good. Really reactable though, so if they block it, they can launch you. So they can launch you from it. However, you can mix it up with the while running 3. So yeah. Okay, so we went over 3 different moves that are really underrated for Reina in my opinion, and I feel like should be used more. Outside of those regular buttons, obviously you have her while running moves with while running 3 that can be followed up with electric wind god kick, and also while running 4. These 2 moves together can be really overwhelming for your opponent, especially if you have some type of Oki situation. So I would recommend attempting to use while running 4 a little bit more than while running 3, only because while running 3 can be stepped really easily. But yeah, so this move by itself is really good. Even on hit, you're +8. It is a high, they can duck it, but you go into Heaven's Wrath stance and then you can get your mix up for whatever it is. Another move that I've started to use a lot, especially in season 2, instead of 1-1-2 into Sentai, I use 1-2-2 into Insoku. This move, you have to hold either up or down to enter Insoku, but it's extremely strong. I think this mix-up is better than the Sentai one, because if you always choose the 4 option, they can just step it and launch you. And honestly, in my opinion, choosing the 3 option is kind of risky. I don't recommend it unless you have a hard read. But most of the time I see a lot of people, they'll do the 2 option and also the 3+4 option for tracking. That's a low. But I think that this option is a lot better for quick damage, especially if you use the low after. Plus, also, this 4 from Unsoku is just really good. It's a really good option. I believe that's everything I have from just her regular game plan when not in heat. So now I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that she can do in heat, because season 2 heat Reina is kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Reina can be really dumb in heat, honestly really dumb, especially with season 2. She has her new move being down to 1+2. I know it sounds really scummy to say, but literally on a heat engager, always use this. It's a frame trap if they try to step. It's a frame trap if they try to use Rage Art. It's literally unstoppable move. They have to eat that. On top of that, they will also have to eat a mix-up if they block it. So in this mix-up, after you hold, after it hits, you automatically go into Unsoku, whether they, when they block it. If it hits, then you don't go into Unsoku. I want to say just mix them up with the 50-50, whether it's the low or the mid or whatever it is. Because I went over the 3 options that you can do from Unsoku. You can do 3, you can do 4, you can do down 4. You can also spin out of it with Sentai. So you can do that mix up as well. You can also wave dash out of it. Yeah, use that information however you want. The way I use it is literally really dumb. I just go up, do it, and do my mix up. You can even heat dash off of it, whatever, and then do your heat dash combo. That's kind of the only thing I wanted to go over with Reina and heat, because I see a lot of people, like a lot of Reinas, when they get this heat engager, instead of going for this move, they'll go for the standing 3 option into 4, which in my opinion is not as good as down forward or down 2 1+2. Does this move use a lot of your heat? Yeah, but I mean, it's valid that it does. You're literally +7 on block, and you have a crazy mix-up after. Yeah, I would literally only use down 2 1+2 for that. So, yeah. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for her heat. So, in my opinion, Reina has probably some of the strongest Oki in the game. And this is literally just based off of her back 1 Oki. So, let's say you get a wall splat, right? In my first video, the Oki I went over was just doing this. I wouldn't recommend doing that anymore on like a high wall splat or a regular wall splat, only because the back 1 cancel is a lot stronger and honestly has won me a lot of matches. So I would definitely recommend that you guys learn this, because as you can see, not even me doing a mix-up after like going into Heaven's Wrath, I've already done 61 damage, and that was literally just off of like 2 back 4s, you know? So that is really strong. I would definitely recommend learning this. Now, it is a little bit tough to learn at first, but once you get it, it can be really, really strong. It's kind of like riding a bike. Like once you get it once, you won't really ever forget it. So yeah. Now, the mix-ups from that Oki that you can do, I mean, you're in Heaven's Wrath, so you can do the 2 option, the 3+4 option, which most of the time is what I use. Now, if you're in heat, you can also do the low heat smash option. However, what I would recommend that you look for first is, if you get them to the wall and you do this mix up once, kind of see how they react to being on the ground. If they stay on the ground, I would just recommend going for 3+4 option. You know, they try to do some get up move. Honestly, 3+4 option is really good. 1+2 option is good. 2 option is really good. And another thing I would look for is if you are in heat and they tech roll, I would go for the low heat smash option. Or what I would do is I would go for the grab option. So you can kind of see, if you don't already use it, how strong this Oki is. Really, the only thing they can do to counter it, it's similar to my first video when I went over Oki, is they can toe kick. This will knock out most of your options, if not all. And the only thing you can do about it is kind of guess and block it or low parry it. But yeah, if the only thing they can do to counter your Oki there is toe kick, then that's a W in my book. So yeah, I would definitely recommend learning this Oki. Now, you don't have to go into the 1+2 option anymore, especially if you realize that it's going to drop. You can do the 2 option, because now Reina can go into Heaven's Wrath from her 2 option. Yeah. Another thing with quick note with Heaven's Wrath, if you use the 1 option a lot, like I do, because I use the 1 option a lot, you can actually go into Insoku from it. So, like I was saying earlier, with forward 2, cancel into Insoku, and then down 4, you can do this same kind of flowchart with it. So it is really strong. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention actually, after I finished recording everything else, was Reina's parry. So Reina's parry is really unique in the sense of what it does. And because it's unique because it can parry a lot of things besides, like, it's not just a sabaki or whatever it is. It's similar to, I guess you could say, like Leroy's parry, because it can parry weapons and stuff. However, it can't parry multiple hits. And you do also take damage when you parry. So I just want to show a couple of examples when to utilize her parry. And I'll show like multiple different characters. And like I said, her parry is unique. So you are reliant on matchup knowledge here. But in my opinion, Bryan is probably one of the best uses for it. Especially with all his crazy strings that he can do. So I'll just show those real quick. So yeah, as you can see, just from those examples that I gave, her parry can be pretty useful if you know certain matchups. Yeah, I just wanted to put that in because it is something that I utilize a lot, and I feel like a lot of other Reinas can benefit from. So if you just want to study matchups and learn what Reina can parry and then how she can punish it, yeah, I hope that helped you guys. Let's recap. Key moves in neutral: jab, down forward 1, forward 4, electric. Use these moves to free up room for your lows, like down back 4, sidestep 4, forward 2, Insoku, down 4, or forward 2, 3. Some underrated moves in my opinion for Reina: back 4. You can get an electric wing god kick guarantee from it. Counter hit launcher as well. Standing 3-2, underrated move. Also a counter hit launcher. Also forward 1+2, 3. Or forward 1+2 up 3, or forward 1+2 up 4. Some underrated moves there, and the Oki we went over, the back 1 cancel. Always use this if you can. If not, what you can also go for is jab into this to get it, which is jab down forward 3 into while standing 4-4. Or you can go for 3+4 while standing 4-4 for that Oki as well. Heat. Always use this, especially on a heat engager. Just use this move. It's fucking broken. Yeah, I believe that's it. Also, another thing to recap, don't be afraid to use your moves. Just use them. Use your lows. They're -13, most of them. This one is not, or forward neutral is -12, so even better. However, it is easily steppable, so just be aware of that. Also, don't be afraid to randomly throw in a hell sweep there. Don't forget about 1-2-2 into Insoku. Very strong. Yeah, I believe that's all I got for you guys. I know that this may or may not be like a longer video and kind of just me yapping about a lot of stuff, but I just wanted to put it out to maybe help some Reina mains, maybe give them some insight on their own game plan and kind of how they play their own Reina. I'm not saying that you have to listen to me or whatever. I'm just giving tips on what helped me get through the ranks and all that. So yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.